Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. Happy to be here. I'm gonna jump in. Oh no, this is gonna break everything. Sorry, it's been a whole week and I forgot how this game works. Quit game. Damn it, that's not right. That was wrong. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. In the tradition of mostly walking, we are just destroying this intro. Come back, come back, come back. There we go. I'm gonna try that whole thing again. Show me the DLC menu. DLC. Resume. There we go. Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. Hope everybody is doing well. We're approaching, well, I guess we're not really approaching the end of the summer. We're only approaching the end of the summer if school starts mid-August, which it does for me, but maybe not for most of you. But yeah, look, we're here again. It's still Unheard. Surprise, surprise. I swear to God, we're going to finish this game today. It helps that, like, this last bit has been delightful. The DLC case is fantastic. And last week, thought for sure that we were done with this game. Like, we solved all of the case questions, and then big twist, there's more to it. There's still more. There's more game. Alright, so I think we are close. We ran through this 23, it got even longer, 23-minute timeline last time. And holy cow, Jamie. Good to see you. Hi, Jay, look much too. But Jamie, nice. I hope you're doing well. I hope things are good. I'm hoping to finish this up, and then I was gonna play Control, the old cash book game. So we'll see if we get to that. Okay, so new twist. Nothing's real. It's all a TV show. There's some shenanigans with a gun, and we need to trace backwards who had the real gun that actually shot somebody at the end of the thing. We are suspicious of the AD, because he's suspicious as hell. But it's, I think, Andy, right? Andy shoots Big D.
A little bit more? It really wears you down when you've got so...
Out there in the sun?
We're gonna actually go to the, like...
That.
Yeah,
Shit,
right?
Kick.
Andy's got a real gun here. So we're gonna have to, like, go back step by step. I thought I understood what the hell was going on. I'm still not sure why I don't. Let me see if... Okay, I'm going to try to scrub through. So what's the sequence of people who have their real gun? I think it's Logan. Wait, did I do this? I just want to double check before I go through and do a lot of work. Not Leonard. Logan. Logan. Where's Logan? Your answer is incorrect. Okay. So what I think happens is that the AD has a gun, has a real gun, for some reason puts it in the set. I don't know. The AD, I'm pretty sure, is Four Eyes, who is a sort of murderer from another case. So Logan ends up with the gun that... sorry, not Logan, Andy. Andy ends up with the gun that is kicked to the side of the locker room here, which Logan drops there and gets out of his locker right now. So there's a lot of talk about, like, there's 4 guns on set and where there's supposed to be 5 and then we're switching them around. But I swear to God, Logan gets a gun out of his locker and then he drops it on the ground right here, and then Andy comes out of the bathroom and he picks it up and he walks over and he shoots Big D, and that's it. I feel like that's the whole deal. So we got to find out what I'm missing in that analysis. Logan is in here. He's going to go out there. Well, I think he's just working out loudly. I want to scrub through, like, somewhere in between this, which is pretty fast. Was that... what kind of... Okay, that's... I don't know what that sound is. That's a weird sound. Okay, all of them go into there. Andy's hanging out there. We're just gonna sit here on Logan. He's on the treadmill. People come in. They're talking. Alright, this is what I think happens. So that was actually a long time. That was a long time where, like, stuff could be going on. Okay, back up. Logan just went to his locker. Got a gun out of his locker. Immediately goes back here, gets stopped by Dylan. Cocked his gun.
Hello? We're in the gym.
Okay, and then
No, the director's late. We're just
Dylan has a gun. I think they both have guns, though. Because they're going to go in here.
Turn around, go over to the wall. Take out your gun. Slowly.
And take out your gun.
Not so fast. Slowly.
But it doesn't matter, because Logan got his gun from the locker.
Fine. Kick it away.
Drops his gun on the ground, kicks it away.
Just goes to show what happens when you trust the wrong guy.
Whole bunch of stuff is going to happen. They're going to have a whole interaction here. Blah, blah, blah. Things go on. Eventually, Andy comes out. Goes to his locker, can't find a gun.
Hey, where did my gun go?
Walks over here.
Who the fuck threw it on the ground?
Somebody threw it on the ground, picks up Logan's gun.
Hey, where is...
Comes out here, doesn't know where anything is.
There's always somebody behind you. Aha! Huh? Who are you?
Yeah, damn right about that.
Shoots Big D.
This thing has a kid.
It's got a kick because it's a real gun. Okay. How the hell am I going to figure out what actually goes on? Because I can't literally follow the gun. Because I can only follow people. Theoretically, the AD is, or the control room, the AD and the director are sort of like talking through all of the stuff that happened, like the changes with the guns. They're very concerned about changes with the guns. But mostly what I remember from last week is they were telling Logan he should drop his gun on the ground so that Andy could pick it up because they took Andy's gun earlier. But it doesn't matter if they took Andy's gun because Andy's gun wasn't the real gun. The real gun is the one that Andy has at the end, and that's Logan's gun. So what am I missing? Where does the gun... Okay, if we look in the locker room, I'm just going to try to, like, account for time. Because there's a long stretch of time before Logan goes and gets the gun, right? The whole time when he's working out. He starts in here. I just want to play this. There's no audio here, is there? He goes to the locker. I don't know. Maybe he puts the gun in the locker. Maybe, I don't know what happens. He comes out, he goes into the gym. There's nobody else in this room. Okay, then people come into the room. Andy goes to Logan's locker. Andy does go to Logan's locker. Waffles, thank you very much. Play.
Locker 3. Help yourself.
Okay.
Okay, but what just happened there? Am I supposed to understand something? Did Andy swap the guns? Did Andy... Because Andy is... The character that Andy's playing has a prop gun, has a fake gun. He talks about it constantly. He's about to put it into his locker. He could have just swapped his gun with Logan's gun that was in the locker. I'm confused by that because it's called a locker. And the reason that it's called a locker is that it has a lock on it. And you're not supposed to be able to open a locker that's not your locker. I thought that what happened is that Andy went up to a locker that wasn't his, tried to open it, couldn't open it. Bill said, "You're locker 3." Right? So, but if that's not what happened, if in fact Andy, who knows why? I have zero theories on what the hell's going on. But that was an opportunity where Andy could have just switched his gun, which I guess maybe was a real gun, with... Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Okay, bear with me. Andy... I don't know why. Andy, maybe the AD told him to do it, because maybe this is like a whole thing... We can go back and check. I don't even want to. But maybe Andy just swapped his gun with the gun that was in Logan's locker. Or, I don't know. Okay, here's my theory. The AD wants to kill Big D. Don't know why. Maybe it's because they both have D in their name and he can't stand it. Can't take that. So the AD brings a bunch of fake guns and a real gun. And he gives the real gun to Andy, who is playing a part where at the end of the scene, he is going to shoot Big D with his gun and it'll kill him. I think he doesn't shoot anything up until then. The gun just sort of like hangs out until the end and then he shoots Big D. Okay. There's a bunch of shenanigans. I don't know what happens. For some reason, Andy switches his gun with the gun that's in Logan's locker, which is not his gun and is a fake gun. And the AD realizes that the real gun that he wants Andy to have so that Andy can shoot Big D is in the wrong place. Andy doesn't have it. So the AD sort of does all of the messy whatever gun stuff that he does in order to fix it so that Andy ends up with the right gun. And then he does, and then he shoots the guy. I still don't know why. Here's the thing. I don't want to check and see if any of this is true. I just want to put in Andy. Andy starts with the gun. Because I guess the AD gave it to him. For some reason, he swaps his gun with Logan's gun. Logan takes that gun. Then Logan kicks it onto the floor. Andy picks it up. Damn it. Okay. I should have marked that time. What time was it when... It's right here. Okay, so let's listen in on the... Oh shit, that's... See, this symbol, I'm just going to say this symbol means like skip back 15 seconds on a podcast. Does not mean restart the whole thing.
Not a damn thing.
Alright, let's listen in.
Hey, Bill, don't just sit there the whole time. You are a janitor now, so get off your ass and play your role.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. When when Andy goes into the locker
Actors like
room.
these make me feel like it'd be easier to do it all myself.
You're the one who cast them.
Yeah, my bad, I guess. But it was tough. 90% of the ones I auditioned turned down the role when they heard it would be a live broadcast. People just don't do these anymore. Makes them uncomfortable, unless they've done a ton of theater. Which left me with a few veterans, but...
So there's no indication anywhere that Andy just, like, took a gun out of Logan's locker, or put a gun into Logan's locker, or was even able to open Logan's locker. So let's say he didn't open Logan's locker. In which case, he's got his own locker over here.
Mostly with Newtown, who are still getting their acts together.
It's fine. They'll get used to it.
You might be alright, but I'm not. We're...
Where is he? Find him.
Got him.
In the corner.
Dan, you guys get ready to go in early. We have to make a change here. Listen up, everyone. We're moving the timeline up. Get ready.
Why did they...
Maybe that's why he got careless. I told them over and over, there's no stopping once we start shooting. The rookies listen.
Yeah, somebody, like, stepped on its lines or
The
something.
director says cut and pay attention to your earpiece.
New people come
Just
in.
let them act.
All right, all right.
You done?
I wrote it.
Fantasy.
Whoa, really? Or we're gonna be out of sync.
Dial back on the micro. Especially.
Micromanaging.
Did you fall asleep on the fucking toilet? Just say a few things to yourself, or nobody's gonna know you're still there.
Dumb. All the Andy stuff is dumb.
Unheard didn't even say hi.
Vincent's character, and the character that her character plays is sleeping with the character that Vincent's character plays.
Everybody's sleeping with
Like
each
I
other. It's
said,
a theater company.
Art is an extension of reality.
starting with me.
Switch to the front desk. Are you at all?
Okay.
How could you have let this slip?
Crap, my
Okay, what's the problem?
What's John doing?
Shit! I forgot to give him his prop gun.
How could you have let this slip?
Crap, my mind was on giving Andy his gun. I forgot about John.
See, I think my mind was on giving Andy his gun because the 80s trying to arrange for Big D to die, right? But I forgot to give John his prop gun.
You caused this mess. You can fix it.
We have two guns in the changing room. We'll use them for now. Hey, Bill?
Right, we have two guns in the changing room. One is Logan's, that Logan put into his locker. The other one is Andy's, that Andy put into his locker.
Go to the changing room, grab Andy's prop gun from locker 3, and give it to John.
Now Andy needs a gun.
We have 4 guns on set. 5 people need them, but we can mix and match.
See, it sounds complicated, but it seems really easy because they're saying John is going to take Andy's gun from locker 3, which is where Andy put his gun, and then now Andy doesn't have a gun. Andy needs a gun. Andy's going to take Logan's gun, which is going to get left in the locker room. That's only one swap, and it happens... Andy stays in the bathroom for the whole scene, right? So...
Bill can't give it to John directly. They're never on a set together. And the janitor can't just go over and hand somebody a gun.
Only gets made.
Right? So there's a lot of... I feel like this is misdirection. There's a lot of, like, what's going to happen to Andy's gun? Bill's taking it. He's going to put it somewhere so that John can pick it up later. Blah, blah, blah. There's a whole thing with May. But that's not the gun that Andy ends up with. Right? The only gun that we care about is the one that Andy ends up with at the end of the scene. And that's the one that's still in Logan's locker.
Shit, hold on. I have a way. Bill, go straight to page 6, your scene with May. We're moving it up. Skip the rest. Add one detail. Put the gun on the table. Act real pissed about it. May improvise something. We don't need most of the lines. Just...
Logan right now is going up into the locker to get his gun out of his locker where it still is, and then he's going to come down, and then he's going to have a whole scene with what's his name? Who's the... Dylan? Logan and Dylan are going to have their whole scene where Logan drops the gun on the ground, and then later Andy comes out and picks it up. All this stuff with Bill and John and May That's all the wrong gun, right? What am I missing?
Let's go straight to the poisoning.
You're worried about that?
How do I get
You
up
got
here
real
without
lucky
the
there.
car? And how are we
Don't let it
supposed
happen
to get
again.
back after
Logan
Don't worry,
and
I
Dylan.
This is gonna work out just fine.
Stay with Dylan.
AD
Follow
is
him and
evil.
Logan to the changing room.
Right? This is all happening with these guys. No, I guess I should stay in here so I can
Wait a
hear
second.
them.
There
They're
are
going to
two guns
broadcast.
between the two of them, right?
Between Dylan and Logan.
Dylan, order Logan to put his gun on the ground and kick it away. He doesn't need it anymore.
Right?
Benny, we gave your gun to Bill, so pick up Logan's when you come out. Check the floor. Shouldn't be too hard to find. They all look...
Right? Isn't this like extremely straightforward? Andy, all I care about is the gun that Andy ends up with. And it's happening right now. Andy, you're going to take Logan's gun. Logan's gun was in Logan's locker. All of the other guns don't matter. What's going on? Cubert, I agree with you. Okay, Cubert says, I feel like the Bill Gunn stuff is too sophisticated to be misdirection. They put a lot into it. 100% agree. From a, like, game experience standpoint, that feels like the plot I'm supposed to follow, right? So somehow, Logan's gun that gets dropped in this at this moment, right? 11:23, Logan drops his gun, kicks it over. And the gun that Andy picks up from the same spot at like 21 minutes or whatever it is, those must be different guns, right? Somehow the gun from over here or some gun from over here must get back over here. And there is an opportunity for that, right? Because May and... Who's May's? Is it Daniel? May and Daniel? May and somebody are in cahoots, and they eventually push Dylan off of a ledge. May, like, goes in here. But she doesn't have a gun. She gave her gun to Bill. But Bill already had it. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, sorry. She took it. She takes the gun from Bill and she gives it to Daniel, right? So Daniel has Bill's gun. This hasn't happened yet, but I remember this. May kills Bill, dumps him in the corner over here, takes his gun, gives it to, I'm pretty sure it's Daniel. Oh, no, it's not Daniel. Who is it? Who does May... John. Sorry, not Daniel. John. May and John are in cahoots. So May kills Bill, stuffs him in this corner, meets up with John, gives John the gun that she got from Bill, all according to the AD's plan, right? All of this is actually pretty straightforward. It's exactly like he said. Now John, who didn't have a gun, has got the gun that May got from Bill, who got it from Logan's locker. No, sorry, who got it from Andy's locker. That's the point. Got it from Andy's locker. Okay, so let's assume that that gun, the gun that John has, right? The gun that John has is the real gun? How would that happen? How would that work out?
Searching. I want to put a bullet in his asshole.
Dylan goes over the edge.
What? Chops?
You want another?
Well, he hasn't gotten any better. He's even worse than Norman, and that's saying something.
Waste of time. Cut it back.
Just put me in touch with
That's just TV show producing.
There's more.
Check the courtyard.
I've
Right.
already...
To the grand finale.
We're going directly to the grand finale. The boss triggers it, walks over there. Tina and Big D shoot him with a fake gun.
Show some terror!
I don't remember anything like this in the script.
He's dead.
I'm nervous.
If anyone should be nervous, it's me. And I'm not nervous.
AD's nervous because he knows there's a real gun on the set.
I'll try not to shake my leg.
Try.
Okay, so what do I think is happening? I think that Bill got a gun from Andy's locker, gave it to May, who gave it to John. John is now carrying a gun.
What do you need?
No point hiding. Go through all the rooms and round up everybody.
Tina tells John to go round up all of the stragglers. He's going to go to May.
All right. Just take it easy. Who are you?
We're not going to listen in on that, but he and John and May are talking. May has Dylan's gun. Right? I'm pretty sure that's right. So May and John both have guns, and May hatches a plot, like, we're going to go in there, I'm going to catch Tina from behind, I'm going to shoot her, and you're going to shoot Big D.
Together.
But both of them have fake guns.
Out there and put me with the actors while they search.
Oh yeah, this is them talking. This is May and John.
I think this guy's playing the old man.
Okay, and now we're back in the courtyard. Okay, so they come in here.
Why did you come up with this setting? How could someone have eavesdropped on the boss? Did someone really know about everything? It doesn't make sense.
May is going over there. Tina's gonna grab her. She's gonna pull a gun on Tina.
It's an extension of reality.
John's gonna walk around to the back of Big D.
You put down your gun first.
John, what the
May
hell?
pulls a trigger, and it's a fake gun because it came from an actor.
So
Big D shoots May with a fake gun.
solve all the problems we had.
Still, filled most of the holes. That's something.
Do you think anyone?
Oh no, backwards. Sorry,
What the hell's
that was
happening?
John. Sorry, I had that backwards. John pulls the trigger. It clicks because it's not a real gun. Big D turns around, shoots him. Now May is still alive, but not for long.
And I can't see the ratings being anything decent. I guess you're missing.
He shoots May, and then he shoots Tina.
I owe them a
Please,
favor.
Steve, listen,
They
I can
wanted a show
explain.
and I had a script, so we made it work.
The lab.
Andy hears the gunshots,
Yet what?
runs
Got
in.
over the thing with your sister so quickly.
What about you? You got over your thing?
Right, dramatically, the AD and the director are talking about sort of like revenge and you know, what do you do with loose ends? Tying up loose ends. But here's my point: is that Andy shoots Big D with this gun right here. Okay, Andy picks up the gun from right here. Let's scrub back in time. There's nobody in there. Nobody in there. Here's the moment where May goes in. And let's actually back up just a little bit. Because this is Dylan. Dylan, who just... The whole thing with Logan just played out. He holds Logan at gunpoint, tells Logan to drop his gun, kicks it over, then he murders Logan, stuffs him in a locker. May comes in. May doesn't have a gun because she gave her gun to John, like she was supposed to.
Just getting changed.
You're going to the gym now? What the fuck are you thinking?
Don't worry about it.
You know the hoodie guy is here.
Oh, figured.
Let's go get him.
You go first. I'll be right with you.
We don't have time. He might be gone at any moment.
What about Bill?
You know Bill's an idiot. That's why I want you and Logan.
So dumb.
Where is Logan?
You're
Stuffed in a
we don't have
locker.
time. Let's go.
Here, quick.
Okay? Nobody interacts with the gun on the floor, right? That's my point. The gun that's on the floor doesn't change, doesn't move. From this point on, nobody goes into the locker room until Andy comes out of the bathroom, grabs the gun, and then goes and shoots Big D. So the gun that's there now has to be the gun that Andy uses that's the real gun. are we sure Dylan doesn't pick up Logan's gun when the former forces the latter to drop it? I am sure. Let's play that scene. It's very clear. They talk for a while. Let's get to where they come in here.
Turn around.
So Dylan's saying, hands in the air, turn around, go over there. Sometimes the spacebar doesn't play.
Over to the wall. Take out your gun. Slowly.
Take out your gun.
Do anything stupid. Not so fast. Slowly. Get down and put it on the ground. Fine. Fine. Kick it away. Just goes to show what happens when you trust the wrong guy. Yeah, right. Like you didn't bring you.
So no audio comes from Dylan. So there's that Foley of Logan kicking the gun away, but if Dylan like picked it up or did something funky with it, there would be audio coming from him, and there's not. So that's Logan dropping his gun on the ground and kicking it away. And then May comes in but doesn't touch it, and then Andy comes out and picks it up. So that gun that Logan dropped on the ground, that's the real gun, right? Am I crazy? I feel like... So I could be wrong about where it comes from up to here, but I feel like pretty confident. Even though there is all of that Bill and John stuff going on. Okay, so let's assume that we're right about that. I can't believe that this game takes for fucking ever. It's incredible. Let's assume that we're right about that, and this gun that's on the ground now is the real gun. So how does it get there? I'm the only thing that Logan doesn't have it out, right? I thought that Logan went to the locker, grabbed his gun, came out, ready to shoot whoever the actors are that are in the gym. But he doesn't, because Dylan comes in behind him with his gun drawn and says, and gets the jump on him, takes him into the locker room, and then says, take your gun out, right? So the gun's not out. So it's possible that Logan, what I thought happened is that Logan here is getting his gun. Oh, I have to be playing for that to work. That Logan comes over here to get his gun. I mean, he's moving with purpose, right? He opens his locker. Maybe he just takes his gun and he puts it into his gym shorts, right? That's what it sounds like to me. No, Jay LeClanche, let's listen to it again. But the AD says, I was so focused on getting Andy his gun. I think what I think is that the AD was focused on giving Andy a real gun. And then oh shit. Okay, wait, hold on. No, because that's important. That's important. If we're just working off of speculation here, right? But if the AD gave Andy a real gun because Andy is going to end up with the gun, then that is the gun that goes through all of the crazy stuff. All of that, Bill comes in and takes Andy's gun, gives it to May, who gives it to John, but then John keeps it, and it's not a real gun at the end. I mean, let's follow John around, but I'm pretty sure he keeps that gun. I still think that Logan had to have it because I'm speculating that the AD wanted to give Andy a real gun, but all of that is kind of jokey. I don't really know that happened. I suspect that is a larger story. The only thing that I really know, and the only thing that really matters, is Andy has the real gun at the end, right? So unless Andy gets his original gun back, the gun that he started with isn't the real gun. It's the gun that he ended with is the real gun. And I feel like I can trace that gun very clearly. Logan puts it in his locker at the beginning. He comes and gets it out of his locker in the middle, and he leaves it right here, and then Andy comes out and gets it at the end, and that's all that happens. But let's follow John around and see if John actually does keep Andy's gun. Because Andy starts with a prop gun. He puts it in locker 3. Bill comes and gets it, gives it to May. May gives it to John. And then I think John keeps it. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's follow John around. Let's see. Where does that happen? Here.
Who was the one driving?
I want to see John come in.
We've got a problem.
I hear you. You think that shit's for real?
The parts I've overheard are real enough. Someone must have known what happened that day.
Cop car.
Cop car?
Yeah, the whole thing with John and the cop car.
Who killed my brother?
I see. Bill and I were waiting for you on top of the hill when you got a call. Never said a word. I get it now. He hit you, searched your car, and
Deal.
go up and wait on the roof.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill that bastard.
Sure, but we gotta work together. You get your guy, I get my chip.
Deal.
Go up and wait on the roof. I'll bring him over. You take this gun and hit him from behind.
Gotcha.
Okay. John gets Andy's gun that May took from Bill. John hangs out here. May goes and gets Dylan. Neither of them touch the gun that's on the ground.
Over here.
Dylan comes over, leans over the ledge. John comes up behind him. Hits him over the head. May searches the body.
Bingo! The chip! Wait,
She finds both the chips.
oh, the second chip! We definitely got our guy.
You done searching? I want to put a bullet in his asshole's head for Jake.
And let the whole damn hotel hear you?
All right. I'll find another way.
Hey, he's got a gun on him.
Well, how about you keep
He's
that
got a
one
gun
and
on
the
him.
one you gave me.
Suit
Right?
yourself.
So now May has Dylan's gun, which doesn't matter. And John has Andy's gun through that complicated chain.
Nothing else useful.
Give me a...
They throw Dylan over the edge.
When's your boss coming? I'll make sure you don't regret it.
They're plotting, but they've both got guns. They don't switch guns.
You get the 20.
Deal. I'll go and check things
They
out.
hear a gunshot.
Gunshot?
He's gonna go check things out. Let's follow John around. He's gonna go in the courtyard.
Boss?
Boss is dead. Big D's in charge.
Dead? Who did this?
I did. You got a problem?
What? No. No problem at all.
What do you want to do?
You know, I never liked that asshole. I guess,
I'm just checking to make sure he doesn't lose his gun or anything.
Hey, so like, what do you need?
No point hiding. Go through all the rooms and round up everybody. I'll search for them myself.
Okay, sure, I'm on it.
All right.
He comes up and he talks to May, tells her what's going on.
All right. Big D killed the boss for some reason. Don't ask me why.
Who's Big D? And who the fuck is Tina?
They've both got guns.
Shit, me? Trying to outshoot that fucking Russian...
Hang up, people. What about those actors? There, and put me with the actors. While they search me, I
Right.
take Tina high.
Okay, so that John's got his gun. He keeps his gun. I'm just getting more and more confident that all of this stuff doesn't matter. It's Logan's gun that Andy takes that's important. I can make timeline notes for gun swaps. I'll start doing that now. I just feel like they're not actually that complicated. Like, they seem more complicated than they are.
I am. All right. Yeah.
What's he saying?
I am. All right. All right. And
I am? I am all right at 30 seconds? Is he responding to somebody?
Problems as they pop up, not make them.
Was that just like a weird way to start weightlifting? Oh, good. All right. So Jay Lynch says theory. Andy says this gun has quite a kick to it. To hint that the gun fired so hard that it flew across the room, went all the way down the cliff, and now it's what's his name, Dylan, at the bottom of the cliff, who's back from under the cliff, who has it at the end, and that's what I'm missing, is that Dylan picked up the gun after it got thrown off the cliff. That sounds about right. Okay, so Andy does something. It sounds like he opens it up.
Help yourself. Okay.
Right, now, okay, so to be fair, it does sound like he actually opens a locker and does something. But then that's never referenced again anywhere in anybody's dialogue. Well, but we tried that. Like, even if that's the case, I mean, on one level, it would be satisfying because Andy starts with the gun and then he ends up with the gun, because he switches his gun with Logan's gun, and then he picks up Logan's gun, right? He starts with it and he ends with it. But that is, I've been told definitively, Andy, Logan, Andy is not the correct sequence. Does anyone else access a locker?
What the fuck, Andy? Is that
any locker over here?
Like I said, I brought props to play with. They helped me get into character.
Let me take a look.
It looks real enough, right?
Okay, so yeah, I could try AD Andy, Logan Andy. The problem is that I would think that it would be referring to, like, this span of time, right? This 23 minutes. And the AD doesn't have the gun inside of this 23 minutes. But he does previously, so... Oh, Leonard touches the gun. Toby, are you fucking kidding me?
So props to play with. They helped me get into character.
Let me take a look.
It looks real enough, right? So freaking cool.
Are you kidding me?
Haven't made many movies before, have you? Most prop masters use imitation guns like this. It's hardly worth bragging about.
But it'll be perfect for that last scene. You've got the guy playing the assassin. He's pointing the gun at everyone saying, remember, there's always somebody behind you. And then I jump out, and I'm like, yeah, damn right about that. Kablamo!
You clearly have too much free time. And you got even more until the director shows up. What about your lines? Do you know them?
Of course.
Does he still have the... Is Leonard still carrying the gun?
Well, Act 5, Scene 4, someone just ran over a cop. Starting where I come in. You, get rid of the car.
What? Get rid of it?
I mean, he never gave it back.
Reservoir just down
You think he had it for 2 seconds and he gave it back?
Don't leave any traces.
Gotcha. Wait. How am I gonna drive 2 cars by myself?
There's a rope in each. You're gonna need me to do it for you.
From here?
And it wasn't half bad. Must be your kind of character.
Wait.
Here?
I don't want to miss anything.
And that's it.
And that's
Not bad.
it.
Must be your kind of character. Let's see. Where's the next scene?
Actually...
Okay, and then he runs into the bathroom.
Seriously?
He doesn't put the gun back in his locker.
Something?
No, it's just... I always feel like I have to... poop when I'm nervous.
What the fuck? Fine. Go take a dump, I guess.
Alright.
I mean,
Could you watch my stuff while I'm in there?
okay,
Okay.
right? Andy goes to his locker, he puts the gun... Okay, so he gave it to Leonard. Leonard had it for 2 seconds, gave it back to Andy. Andy put it in his locker before he went into the bathroom. And then, does anybody go near the lockers again? No. 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 Not until Logan comes in. Okay, so... Holy shit, I cannot. If this is... Jamie, I'm looking back at your comment to remember what so Andy, Leonard, Andy, Logan, Andy. Fuck. But okay, so wait, I need to yes, maybe the AD first, but actually that's not the gun. This gun, the gun, okay, hold on. We're getting confused. This gun, the gun that by all sort of sane accounts, the gun that Andy has that he puts into his locker and then he gives very briefly to Leonard, who gives it back and he puts back in his locker, that's the gun that Bill comes in and takes and gives to May, who gives it to John, and John has it at the end. That's not the gun. There is that moment. There's a moment where Andy goes to Logan's locker for no apparent reason. So if this is the chain, then it's only because Andy... Wait, oh, this is all the people I can do. So... Did I try this? Did I try Logan? Did I try Logan had it at the beginning? Andy switched his gun with Logan's gun. Well, no, that doesn't make... Because it ends up... Sorry. That's not right. It ends up... Andy picks up Logan's gun. AD first. Okay. So, but this is what I think it is. But it could be AD gives it to Andy. Where's Andy? Andy swaps it with Logan. Logan has it and drops it on the floor, and Andy picks it up again. But I've tried this. What? I hadn't tried that. Holy shit, I hadn't tried that. What the fuck? Okay. Jesus Christ. I don't know if there's more, because I've got all these theories about the AD that, like, is there going to be resolution to that? What is the sequence of people who had the real gun?
Crap, my mind was on giving Andy his gun.
Okay, so he mentions it. Right, okay. And then Andy switches his gun with Logan's, but why? Okay, so now in Logan's locker is the real gun. Is it just because Andy's an idiot? Did Andy accidentally switch his gun with Logan's gun?
Not so fast. Slowly. Get down. Put it on the ground.
Please, 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 please give us, like,
Kick it away.
a concise resolution.
Gun go. Great. Who the fuck threw it on the ground?
Interesting. Then someone used the director to commit the murder.
Who was it? Is it AD? Nope. Nope. No resolution whatsoever. Nothing. Okay. Well, I feel like that's a little bit par for the course for the game. Like, it has been really good in its puzzle design. And holy shit, all of that, like, Bill and May and John gun swapping stuff was a red herring. Like, that was a misdirect. Wild, because it felt like a thread that we were supposed to follow. And that's incredible. So the puzzle design is really, really, really good. And where the narrative sort of is directly... I have to... It's too loud for me. I gotta quit this. Where the narrative, the dialogue is directly supporting the puzzle design, I think it works, except for where it doesn't, right? Like, there's not a lot of... There's that whole level that takes place in the insane asylum that's like... But there's not a great... Like, it doesn't... It's very suggestive. It's very evocative of a, like, larger plot and these interesting things that are going on in the background. And then this last level actually does it. Like, it pulls that twist at the end where everything's a TV show, and that was fucking wild. But it's suggesting that there's stuff going on. I still don't understand why on earth Andy would swap his gun with the gun in Logan's locker. That doesn't make any sense. But clearly the AD was using the director to get Andy to murder Big D. I don't know why. The AD is Four Eyes from a previous case, but Four Eyes got his revenge. Like, Four Eyes manipulated the director of the play into killing the person who murdered his girlfriend. So, like, he's resolved. I don't know who he's trying to kill now. Who is Big D to him? The only other thing that I can think, no, none of that, because Andy spends the whole time in the bathroom. Like, he has no agency. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on exactly. But it is wild. That is a wild game. It is so cool, and it is incredible, that framework for telling a game. I love that Jamie's here in the chat, because Jamie did a lot of work in this area, 10 years ago, and he and I did some work together that I don't know that I might take a second to look and see if I have any of that. That is not what I was going to play. I was going to play Control, which is a game that Jamie and Mike Rossmassler made, and I programmed. And the programming's not great. Like, that is not the strong point of the game. But it was me kind of learning how to program games, and using material that they had developed. The problem is, The reason that I have control, which we will look at in just a second, is that I have that attached to my grad school application. That was my creative sample that I submitted as part of my application to get into grad school. Cache 2D, here it is. This is the work that we were doing around the same time. Holy shit, I've not looked at this in a long time. Why does it look like this? Hold on, let me see if I can bring this up.